Hey guys, Robbie. I got a special guest here to say something.
Greetings, this is Wonder Woman. You are watching Pros versus Noobs.
Actually, Wendy, that's supposed to be Pro teaches noobs. I know you like you like to do fighting and everything, but not everything's always.
And today, this is Azula from Avatar The Last Airbender. We're going to teach you how pros do things. They do it better than their brother. They're about to celebrate becoming an only child.
Yeah, I hear you say that a lot, Azula.
Yeah, noobs are just twerps and they all need to go to bed. They sure are. I can't stand a noob. You know who's a noob? Billy from The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. I can't stand that guy. But he is my best friend, so whatever.
Oh, way to go, Mandy. So, yeah. What they said. Welcome to Pro Teaches Noobs. Hey guys, welcome to another lesson of Pro Teacher Noob. Today with me, Pika.
And I'm dressed according to the title.
Hey, yep. Whereas we're going over Batman, the start of the White Knight verse with Batman White Knight. The book that, Sean Murphy was a recognized name, but this is what really launched him into being a recognized creator. Because until that point, he was just looked at as just a good writer. Yes, you might have heard of stuff like Punk Rock Jesus, but that was still a niche thing. This was the book that brought him mainstream appeal, both as a artist and a writer.
Yeah, because when you get to do a Batman story, you should get as much of that as you can get. But, but I suppose it also depends on what kind of story you're telling.
Did you know originally he was going to be the one doing Last Night on Earth?
Mm-hmm.
But then this took off, and he was too big now. So hence why Snyder went with Capullo.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at it, I mean, yeah, I think Murphy's artwork would fit the aesthetic just as well.
Maybe more or less.
Yep. But yeah, the White Knight verse. Basically, this helped kind of lead into the Black Label book, let's be honest.
Yeah. Then what game of Black Label?
Well, yeah, but it's an Elseworld. Let's get it out of the way. It's an Elseworld. But when you hear the initial pitch, it's giving us the notion of what if Joker went sane and ended up becoming a better hero than Batman?
Yeah, by changing a kind of few things from in the past instead of just having a diverging point where everything goes.
Yep. Now there are some things that even Sean would admit were bungles on his part, but he ended up rolling with it, like having Jason be the first Robin. Whoops.
That was an actual mistake he made.
Yes, and he acknowledged it. No one corrected him on it, but he stuck with it. He mentions that in the behind-the-scenes stuff during Beyond the White Knight. Also, this has one of my favorite Harleys. I have to say, White Knight Harley has become my favorite Harley, probably.
Yeah, well, there's the...
Yep.
It goes on that one ascended meme of, like there's the whole old versions and the new versions being two separate people instead of just having the new version be the same character wearing different clothes.
We'll get to that. But yeah, but let's just dive right in, shall we? Or not. Again, just look at this artwork still.
Ooh.
Not my favorite cover here. Right this way, sir. I know my way around. How is he? And it's been quite quiet. He's been quiet. Hasn't said a word, Mr. Napier. Batman, I need your help. Boy, now, would you see Mark doing this with his natural voice?
How much has he actually been using his like natural voice from when he was young, or natural voice now that he's been
when he's young? Of course,
it's actually that could probably, because that's different-ish enough from his Joker voice. But I think as Mark Hamill has gotten older, some of his Joker voice has, without humor, but somewhat more levity, actually has kind of sunk of, what's the proper word? Slithered into his natural speaking voice.
Yeah.
Like, that he doesn't sound like the character he has voiced, but you can tell that it has had an impact on his natural speaking voice.
True. Now, or you could also say maybe Troy Baker doing younger. Or who's this? You got Troy Baker doing Jack and Mark doing Joker.
That could work too.
Because that way you keep it very. They are very different people.
Yeah, that would work.
Batman, I need your help. 1 year ago. Ready to begin, Bats? Let's start the show with one of our own standbys. The open drawbridge routine. Like any great bit, it's all about timing. Like knowing when the ferry's crossing. Oh my God, there's a ferry, and a big round of applause from the audience. Way to stick the landing, Bats. A smooth transition to the next gag. Roof driving. And there are people living in these buildings, Bruce. How do you know they won't crumble? Oh, and next, let's do a little crowd work. Hey, don't touch that. Get the audience involved. Move. I will say this is already making it clear this Batman is a bit reckless.
Wow.
Reckless, but knows what he's doing. Well, let me put it. He's more reckless to a common observer. Would you agree with that? Like going on the roof there? Yeah. I'm sorry. No.
That's probably something that is taken from Batman Begins and that Batmobile chase.
Exactly. But yeah, then there's Nightwing. Ooh, I like the improv, Mullet Wing. Time for a brief intermission. If you need me, I'll be at the bar. Little hard to see those orange cones with the pedal all the way down. Get a tighter leash on him, Babs. Dude, he doesn't listen. He's headed into the industrial district. Move. Like I'm not even here. He's getting worse. I don't know what to do. Do what I did. Leave. See, right there, they're acknowledging.
Ugh.
Now, again, I would say this. This Batman, I'm going to be upfront. It's its own thing, and yet it also, like, I got to say, normally I always say there's three sides of Batman. This one, it's kind of hard to say. You know what I mean?
Like in the sense of...
Like, it feels like they're all blend together. It's like, usually you can tell a distinction between them. Here, it feels more like it's more of a, like instead of there being two solid lines between them, it feels more like they kind of intersect together seamlessly. You get what I'm saying? Like, instead of a whole, like a teeter-totter, it's more like a water flowing between the three.
So that it's Bruce and Batman are basically like a Pacific Rim controlling Batman as a Jaeger. Yeah.
You okay? Asshole right into me. I was just trying to tell him which entrance Joker used. Congratulations on another great performance, partner. Great leap-o for Gotham Ferry. Wait till they make a play set out of it. I'd buy two. One to open and one to save in the safe. Tissue fresh and inside the case. But can you stand some constructive criticism? Little reckless at the construction site, almost flattening that one worker. Not to mention all those damaged rooftops. You pay for that? Or does the city? This isn't a performance, Joker. And I was a little surprised at the ending, knocking the security guard out of the way. It's hard to help you if you're going to break character. Help me? Why, sure, by always being there to challenge you. Raising the stake. I just realized, this is basically what if Joker had the mindset of Hunter Zolomon.
Yeah.
Trying to
make him better, but there's also the whole thing that, let's see if it's a guess to it, but there's the other criticism that this Joker doesn't have a body count.
Yeah, and I find that
So
interesting.
if he's not actually a dangerous criminal who has killed a lot of people, then Batman wouldn't have the same drive to go after him like he usually would. It would be too much difference from the Silver Bronze Age.
But he still harmed people and he still tortured Jason. I think that's enough to drive him. It's what happened to Jason.
Yes. But then again, that was also like the culmination of multiple other aspects and the last straw. Here is maybe just like rushing into the how did we go from this to this fast.
Yeah, but then Curse of the White does make it clear, though, he is truly evil and malicious. Because that's one thing I do think Curse of the White Knight will fix. It's showing us that Joker is not just an ineffectual villain.
Oh.
But anyway, that's what makes us so special. I'm your greatest villain because I'm your biggest fan. There is no relationship. Now who's crazy? We're Gotham's favorite power couple. And like any couple, we're supposed to fight. What's in the building? Guns? Pills? Huh? Just a bunch of medical crap the FDA is going to toss. The hell does Joker want with pills? Go get him, Batgirl. You're my daughter's favorite. Duh! We're a team, Bats. Admit it. That's our dynamic. All that's missing is the makeup sex. I don't expect you to acknowledge it. After all, you are, after all, the distancer. I'm the overly complicated one. You only pretend we're a team because it gives you purpose and makes you feel special, but your ego won't let you see the truth. And what's that? You don't matter. Not to me, not to Gotham, not to anyone. Ouch! Cards on the table, huh? Is this the part where we get to be completely honest with each other? Because I don't have to hold back. You're not holding back. You got nothing left. After all these years, you still have no idea what I'm capable of. I could have beaten you at any point, turn the city completely against you, whenever I wanted. But I chose to hold back, give you only what you could handle, because I didn't want to wreck what we had. Admit it, I gave you Gotham City. This corrupt war zone is the home we created together. The only reason Gotham allows you to exist is because they're so terrified of me. Admit it. Finished. I'm the only one who really knows you, Batman. Your vigilantism isn't about justice, it's about control. Fixing the city is your pathetic way of salvaging the broken bits of your anima. But you're too stupid to see that it hasn't worked. Crime has become your therapy, and Gotham your victim. You've dragged us all over into your perpetual Halloween. Enough. One thing also I should point out that Sean Gordon Murphy has confirmed the pills he's going to shove down him, Batman knew it wouldn't kill him. Just want to make that clear. He is admitted you can't even build a family because the very thought of one terrifies you. How many innocent children were you ruined with your nightmare? Shut up! Is that Nightwing or Robin? I've lost track because they keep disappearing. Enough! Even Gordon's fed up watching his men turn into cannon fodder on the front lines of a war they didn't ask for. It's all falling apart, and you're incapable of stopping it. Admit it! Face it, the greatest villain in Gotham City is you! Stop talking! I see Gotham more clearly than any of you, but you won't admit it. Do you? After the psycho and makeup, you left me no choice but to come here tonight to prove it to you. With these, if I could get better, I could get this city back on track. Finally show you that you need me. Fine. You want to get better? Then open up. Oh no, Christ. Bruce, don't. I can't breathe. Oh, and someone recorded it. Gee, wonder who that was. And tonight we're discussing the Batgate scandal. Stunning footage of Batman's assault of the Joker has gone viral, causing many to question the GCPD and the Dark Knight's methods. Thank God they caught him. The police have always denied having anything to do with the Dark Knight. Gordon's never officially admitted that he even exists, and now we have him on camera standing by while Batman viciously attacks the Joker. So what? The Joker's Gotham's greatest villain, a psychopath with a long history of violence and a knack for manipulating the system. Everyone knows that. But the GCPD has never successfully convicted him of anything more than armed robbery despite his perceived reputation. The cops need our support, Maggie. Gotham is the birthplace of super criminals. I don't care what is and isn't legal. This city needs Batman. Now, we got to make it clear, we won't know till way later. There's no Superman. There's no Wonder Woman. There's no one but Batman in this world so far.
No.
Yep, yes, but where's the accountability? If the police won't stop Batman from crossing the line, then who will? The optics on this one are terrible, and it only makes things worse for the GCPD, who are already plagued with accusations of corruption and police brutality. That was the previous commissioner. Gordon has been working hard to overturn public opinion. The SJWs need to give him a chance. The city is divided, and protesters are demanding answers. Where does Gordon go from here? And what exactly is his relationship with Batman? I never thought I'd see the day when people would be out on the street defending someone like the Joker. Batman's a maniac. Glad people are finally starting to see it. Batman has saved the lives of dozens of cops, Bullock, even yours. Allowing weirdos to fight crime in his underwear. What kind of city lets that happen? GCPD has nothing to do with Batman, remember? As far as I'm concerned, we're not even having this conversation. No offense, Commissioner, but that's bullshit. I wanted to arrest Batman, but you wanted to sit back and do nothing while he beat Napier unconscious. That loophole isn't going to work anymore. You'll excuse me. The Joker's right. If Batman had been wearing a badge, you'd charge him with assault. How is he? Not sure yet. Hasn't said a word since we brought him back to Arkham. We don't know anything about those pills. The side effects, dosage, nothing. How did he even know about them? Is he going to be okay? Probably. He appears one tough son of a bitch. But I'll be honest, he's not the one. He's not the one I'm worried about. And now you guys say going with Jack Napier makes sense. It's the one name that most people recognize it for.
Yes. Then again, there's the whole. I created this small-ish meme when Gotham was still in the air, and when people were going all about the Valeska twins. It was from this Finnish cop cartoon where there was basically a helicopter with multiple cops. I think I said it to you at one point where they yelled into a microphone. We all know it's you, Joker's real name. You can stop this whole Joker business now.
Right. By the way, all of the toys, all the references, make it very clear this is very much an amalgam of everything. That's basically what Sean Gordon Murphy is doing. He's basically doing his own mix and match. Like he cherry picks from everything.
That would mean that all of this paraphernalia is self-made, that he has built on himself. If Batman was supposed to be the first public eyewitness account of Batman's existence, then there is no merchandising ring that would have created the action figures and other replicas.
Exactly. And the hell's gotten into you, Batman? You're completely out of line. A little louder, Dick. We're just worried about you, Bruce. The pills are a mystery. How to determine what's even in them? Like they were designed to be elusive. He's not listening again. Bruce, please tell me what's wrong. Please let us in. Come with me. And do you own any building without secret passage and ways? Oh my God, and Alfred. So this is part of the reason why he's not thinking straight. And of course, we're taking elements from Batman and Robin here.
Yeah.
One of the good elements from it.
Like,
what's the matter with him? He's dying. How? I don't know. How long has he been like this? A month. That's Freeze's technology. You're working with Freeze? We've been making a lot of progress for both of them. Why didn't you tell us? I was hoping I could fix it so you wouldn't see him like this. When I was young, I loved Gotham. Intriguing place, full of energy, the center of the universe. At least, that's what they told me before I ran away. But it was a lie. Gotham was just as boring as the farm. So I tried to spice it up. Tried to make them laugh. But I sucked at comedy. You couldn't connect You can't elicit emotion out of people in a city gone numb. Gotham needed to be awakened, if not with humor, then with something more potent. Terror. So I turned to crime, managed to get quite a rise out of them. And then you came along, woke them up in ways I never could. I had to know you. Anything to be with you, even if it meant being your nemesis. At least we were close. Gave me a chance to know you like no other. You hated me, and I loved it. Because love and hate are the same. But now it's over. It was over long ago. I just didn't want to admit it. And now I'm forced to ask myself what happened. Did you change, or did I ever really know you at all? Okay, again, when he's Jack, interesting characters, all I say. Napier's been terrorizing Gotham for years. Are their memories that short? Why the hell are they the one defending them? This isn't about the Joker. They see this as another police brutality issue. I made you commissioner, hoping you fix the department, Jim. I've spent the last years cleaning up, cracked down on corruption, and suspended the officers who sparked the race riots. The GCPD is clean. It's Batman who screwed up. You insisted on us having a blind eye policy towards Batman, but it only works if you can keep him under control. I'll talk to him. We'll make it work again. There shouldn't even be a Batman, Jim, and the fact that you need one makes you incompetent. I don't care how reputable you think the GCPD is. If it condones vigilantism, then it's still corrupt. Dr. Leslie Tompkins here to see you, sir. Send her in. How is he, Indy? Jack Napier's been making a full recovery, sir. It took some plastic surgery and a lot of stitches, but physically, he's going to be fine. Thank God. Maybe now he won't sue us. Physically, he's healed, but I'm extremely worried about his mental condition. He's the Joker. He's a 100% mental condition. Not anymore. No more laughter, no more smiles, no more makeup, no more Joker, really. What? We're not sure what those pills were, but they seem to have cured whatever condition Joker had. Impossible. He's got to be faking it. You can't fake a CAT scan or the IQ test. He's scoring well beyond the level of genius. Where is he now? Our Arkham Library. For 3 days, he's been working nonstop. Hasn't slept or eaten. On working on what? His legal case. It looks like he's going to file charges against the GCPD, Batman, and Gotham City. And given his newfound mental capacity, I think you need to be worried.
If he had a bodyguard, he could not pull it off.
Exactly. Can't we just barge in there and stop him? They're public records. It's his constitutional right. What about those pencil paper clips and sharp edges of the books? Can't he harm himself or turn them into weapons? There has to be something we can do. Napier has never been a cutter or attacked any guards or inmates. We'd have a hard time justifying it. Plus, it makes us look guilty. The room is in order, Commissioner. Ready when you are. Bullock, you grabbed all our paperwork on Napier. Everything in order? You gotta ask. I mean it, Bullock. I don't want him blindsiding me. How about a little trust? What are we doing? We're going to have a conversation with Jack Napier. Joker, Mr. Napier will do. How you feeling? Heartbroken, angry, like a jilted lover. But reading helps me new focus, giving me new focus. I assume you're here to make me an offer. You're lucky we hadn't added time to your sentence. Escaping and stealing a scooter. Please. Batman caused more damage than I did. There's plenty of evidence and dozens of eyewitnesses. But given your injuries, we're willing. No deal. I want this going to trial. You think we could get off? You're the Joker, for Christ's sake. I'm done taking the rap for Batman's reckless vigilantism. Now it's your turn. Excuse me? Batman endangered innocent civilians by driving an unlicensed weaponized tank over those rooftops. Then he endangered a construction site by plowing into a cement truck, injuring 3 people. He knocked over an innocent guard and trespassed onto private property, destroyed thousands of dollars of medical equipment while he assaulted me as I was trying to surrender. Rather than arresting him, you and dozens of police officers stood by while he forced unknown medication down my throat. Until I stopped breathing. And add that all up, and what do we have? Reckless endangerment, destruction of public and private property, a dozen different traffic violations, assault, and attempted murder by lethal dosage. If you won't arrest Batman, and they have no choice but to file suit against the GCPD to answer for his crime. Batman isn't GCPD. Of course he is. Even if no one wants to admit it, the proof has been right over our heads the entire time. The bat signal, kept under GCPD supervision. I found photos of it. That makes you an accessory. Ah, shit!
And he doesn't count as an accessory for having pulled and egged Batman to follow him to do all of that?
True. I love Gotham, and it's time I paid her back for the debt owed by the Joker. The city deserves better than you, better than the Joker, and better than the Dark Knight. So I'm going to be her White Knight. I gotta say, it was an interesting start.
It's an interesting start, but then there's also all of the aspects that so many things need to be different for this premise to work.
Well, and that's true. I think that's why he went with it this way. This is not something you could have done in continuity. Am I wrong?
Well, no, but then again, imagine if this story was told with the same Joker who has a body count and how much struggle there would have been for him to make people forget it.
And that's the thing, though. I know.
Focus on other aspects, like and actually feel remorse for all the people he has killed, and actually try to apologize. And in that conversation, like try to apologize for in Joker's place for everything he did in the Killing Joke, as an example.
I agree, but again, I think they're going here, like, for example, I think there's a little bit of elements of, again, different Jokers. And this right now, that non-body count goes back to the days when he didn't kill that much. And it was just more of the clown prince of crime.
Well, they still had those.
My name was Joker. The hair, the makeup, the laughter, the police had never seen anything like it. They called me a murderous, incurable sociopath who needed to be locked up forever. They said I was a new type of criminal. They even coined a new term for people like me. Super criminals. But it's a lie. I started out as a criminal, but I wasn't a murderer. When I was arrested, the police never gave evidence that I committed a violent crime. They just fudged the paperwork so they could call me a super criminal. Truth is, I was just a kid from the country who wanted to be a Gothamite. And when things didn't work out, I screwed up and robbed a bank. I served 10 years for a crime, but they didn't want to release me. Because to them, I wasn't just a criminal. I was an excuse. My reputation and unstable mental conditions made me a perfect candidate for their scheme. They claimed to give me mental therapy, but really they were making me worse. Turning me into the boogeyman they needed. That was, now, the thing is though, do we take him at his word?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's going to be made clear he is still not being all truthful, obviously.
Yeah, not to mention there's no
proof.
Flashback to show any otherwise. It is just his word against everything else.
And he's also downplaying what he's done. But of course, that's what you do at a trial.
Hey, like imagine compare this like to the Injustice Year 2 part where Sinestro told his fall from grace story and kind of downplayed those aspects while we were shown what actually happened.
Yep. That way, the gatekeepers could get more money from Gotham. They created a new source of revenue, a booming industry no one had ever considered. Crime. And each time the city questioned the exorbitant funding, the gatekeepers let the Joker escape, reigniting taxpayer fear. Now, unfortunately, it's been made clear there's a little truth to what he's saying here.
About?
We don't know. We won't know about someone letting him out to manipulate things. Because we'll find it out in Curse, that there is some truth to it.
Uh-huh.
Turning old Fort Arkham into Arkham Asylum. I may have put on the eyeliner, but Arkham created the Joker. I'm not the only victim here. We all are. The gatekeepers convinced us that Gotham was a special city with special problems. That due process didn't work in Gotham. And for years, we've accepted this uneasy path while they made this city into a city of fear, where corruption was spread all the way to the top. A place where vigilantism has been normalized. Over the past few weeks, I've shown you the evidence. Don't let them make me their scapegoat anymore. Don't punish Jack Napier for what the Joker did. The doctor said I'm cured. So it's time to set me free. Release me so I can fight the gatekeepers and reclaim the city we all love.
Only Alex Lafarge had the same confidence in Clockwork Orange.
How could they release him? He's been a villain for all these years. Surely he's guilty of at least half the things the GCPD says he is. I am as skeptical as you are, Mark, but it all comes down to the evidence. And the police had surprisingly little despite their years of claims. It's hard to believe it's really him without all that makeup. He's actually good looking. And his devastating critique of Gotham seems to have really struck a chord with social justice warriors. They see Napier as some kind of hero. Napier is especially popular with the Backport neighborhood, where the protesters are taking a stand against Gotham's mistreatment of minorities. And trust in government and in the GCPD is at an all-time low, as most people feel they become the pawns of the 1% elite. With one speech, Napier not only won his freedom, he also turned himself into a patriot who just started a media war with Gotham's gatekeeper. But is he for real? Or is this just part of a larger con? Daddy's home! Harley! That face, you look like a freak! Blah! We'll get you fixed up in no time. Harley, now talking until mommy's done with you, then sex! Harley, stop! Sorry, I'm just not myself. Can we talk? Okay. I've been thinking a lot about this moment, and there's something I need to say. First, I owe you an apology. An apology for the way I've treated you over the years. You were kind, supportive, and you tolerated a lot of crazy mood swings. But the mood swings were my favorite part. No, it was a psychotic obsession with Batman, and you got caught up in the middle. Yeah, I did. Keep talking, because you're turning me on. I'm not joking around. Can you see how unhealthy it was? I knew you loved. Now, this is the point where it's made clear he is sincere in so many ways. This isn't a public facade. I knew you loved me, and I took advantage. I never said it back because it gave me power over you. But that's all over. I'm through as Batman. I want to give you the version of me you always wanted. Nice try. You might have fooled the court, but you can't fool me. Puddin', I'm serious. What did you just call me? The hell? I think, here's the thing. I think Jack forgot this was a different Harley. I think his mind was so worked up, he mistook her, or he thought that she was gone forever, so he was just making do.
Yeah, then again, there's the whole... Yeah, this is what I've talked about earlier about...
Yeah, we're about to find out. Yep.
Yeah, but there's a whole thing that... When they made the whole New 52, it was just having the original character. It was the New 52 version and that iteration, but it was still the same character wearing different clothes. Just like everyone else was also like Batman, Joker, Superman, and everyone else. This whole thing about wanting to make them like two separate people because you don't like the new version. Well, the new version has been taken a little too far these days, but even back in 2017, it was still pretty much the same, could have been seen as the same version, just having grown in life and wearing different clothes. That doesn't make it a separate entity or separate person.
True. But for the sake of the story, it works. And I do think that there was a case where they did change quite a lot about Harley to the point where it's like, they can't really even make her what she used to be anymore. You can't.
Oh.
They've changed her so much you can. I mean, come on. Now, we're having that fart comic coming out soon.
Yeah, well, that's one of the extremes. It says a lot that was the point where even Tristan decided to go against the Harley's changes.
Yeah. Are you for real? Whining about love and feelings and marriage? You out of your mind? Enough with the bullshit. Go and put on some freaking makeup and let's rob something. My meds. And stop with the pills. They're messing with your head. You don't need them. You need me. But Puddin', I'm not your Puddin'. No, you weren't. Okay, you know what? If Arlene no longer was us, I could so see. Which one would you see as crazy Harley? And which one would you see as normal Harley? Hayden Welsh or Tara? Which one would you see as which?
Hard to say, considering how Tara's voice performance has also gotten like a.
Evolved.
Evolved. Like I like to think that it was the first Injustice game where it was okay. If she had replicate that performance, then she could be the the original
one.
version. Yeah, this one. If she can replicate that performance, because that performance, I think that's where she was at its peak. And after that,
and
with
Arkham City too.
well, with Arkham City, I think that was her first time when he was doing it, and it. When I reviewed that, I still recognized there were some Timmy Turnerisms in the voice, but with the Injustice one, that's where she had the proper voice and showed that like level-headedness. But then with Arkham Knight, Injustice 2, and those forward, that's when it began to become like trying too much and went way overboard with it.
Right. So what, you think Hayden would probably be better for this one?
Well, I think
he hasn't done it that often, but
like I think Hayden could probably do the other one, and Tara could do the first one if she can dial it back to what it was in Injustice 1.
Which I think she probably could, especially when she does Harleen, she actually does simmer down.
Yeah.
So if she goes into that mindset, knowing that it's more Harleen than it is Harley, she probably would.
Yeah.
Like, hiya, Jack. Apology accepted. You left, and now I'm taking him back. He needs a violent cheerleader with a bigger rack? I don't think so. And don't get me started on the clothes. Kind of a step back for feminism. And get it straight, sister. You love Joker. I love Jack. You loved his flaws. I loved him despite his flaws. And now that he's cured, he's mine. So buzz off, because I ain't losing him again. And quit being a baby. Babies, come on! Where are you taking me? Hey, home. Oh, I gotta say also, freezing this was also very interesting. What do you think about him being a lot older?
Well, it probably makes sense that he could have started out early, much earlier in his life, and his aging still there when he was frozen.
Yep. Ready to attempt reversing the freeze tech, Mr. Wade. Hang in there, Alfred. Victor, let's begin. Oh my God, these mice are so adorable with their little helmets. I get even. Barbara, I know, it's just that everything we do is usually so gloomy. Admit it, they're cute. Even someone as cold as you can admit that. Mr. Wayne, please proceed. What? They're drowning. What's happening? Success. Congratulations, Victor. They're alive. What should we name them? There's no time to waste. Not yet, Victor. We need to observe the mice to make sure there's no lasting. No. But your help was most invaluable, Mr. Wayne. You've given me a chance to save my beloved wife by harnessing technology pioneered by the Third Reich. I thank you and your father. Now please give us alone and leave us alone. My father? You don't think he thought of a million ways to stop you? You think... Oh my God, what's happening to him? Rapid aging, a side effect we were hoping to avoid. He was frozen in his 30s, but now it's been 50 years. So now he's 80? How are you feeling, Victor? Warm. The mice, they died from old age. All right, so how do you know Nora will survive? How do you know Nora will survive? We don't. My love. And even if she does, we don't have a cure for McGregor's disease. The reason he froze her in the first place. Again, going with that for the name for the disease work because it's the only thing they have.
Yeah.
Home sweet home. Wow, it's very normal. It's temporary while I'm on parole. Just cozy enough for me and the baby. Tea? You drink tea? I always drink tea. One of the many things you never bothered to notice. So you left me and an entirely new Harley took over? Why didn't I notice? See what I mean? That proves it. He didn't realize it. You're a narcissist who suffers from dysthymia and a schizoid personality disorder, likely made worse by a chemical imbalance, which is why the medication is working. You're probably not cured, but with the right support, you could be. I'm a psychiatrist, remember? He's still inside of me, Harley. Distorting reality, skipping around in the dark. He wants me to lose. Sounds like he did a number on both of us. What happened and to make you leave? What did I do? You really don't remember? You were easy to fall in love with. The most exciting man I ever met. I didn't feel like a... Now, of course, some of this does get a little tweaked in the Harley mini. The most exciting man I ever met. I didn't feel like a criminal. I just felt free. I don't know if you ever loved me. Wasn't sure. No, she should know. Wasn't sure if you were even capable of love. I didn't care, but your obsession with Batman kept growing. It felt as if I was sharing you. I struggled to get your attention as you struggled to get Batman. And that's when I knew that you were in love. It just wasn't with me. Then one day I came home to find Robin tied up in our basement, beaten half to death. That's when it stopped being funny. When you were ready to murder Robin just to get Batman's attention. His name was Jason Todd, and no matter what you tried, he wasn't willing to tell you Batman's true identity. I stopped you from going too far, tried to give him medical attention, but you wouldn't let me. That's when I unloaded on you, forcing you to admit that you were only hurting Robin because you were jealous of him, that he was closer to Batman than you were. The man I loved was no longer there. It was just the Joker, and I hated him for destroying you. So I went to get help. I promised to show him where Robin was if he agreed to bring you in safely, to get you some help. But when we arrived, Robin was gone, maybe dead. I really thought he was going to kill you that night, but he didn't. He took you back to Arkham for medical attention, hoping we'd eventually find out what happened to Jason. We never did. Batman never spoke to me again, but he did get the court to go easy on me for tracking me down, for stopping me from him from killing you. Did Joker murder Robin? You're the only one who knows. I can't remember. It'll come back to you. I don't want it to come back to me. I just want to move forward. We need to save Gotham. How? We lead a rebellion. We turn Gotham against Batman by villainizing him, showing the damage he and the Joker have caused. We expose the corruption between politics and vigilantism. Gotham City is saved by the least likely person, Jack Napier and Harley Quinn, because I can't do it without you. You ready to be good guys for a while? Hey, Bruce! Wow, that's a very generous donation. Hello, Veronica. She's a pretty old boy. Sure you wouldn't rather donate something less expensive? Pierce! Where's Alfred? I never seen you apart. Not feeling well. Flabbergasted. That old fossil still alive? Pierce! Sorry, Bruce. Pierce started drinking early again. And Bruce is a friend. One of us. Is that why you hired a bodyguard, Pierce? So you can be an ass? Receive all the stuff talking, and then all the stuff about Batgate and everything. It wasn't the police who gave me my freedom, nor was it my own plea. It was the people of Gotham, especially the people poor and middle class who embrace my message. They are oppressed, 99% who are most affected by Gotham's corruption. They deserve the settlement, not us. What about Batman? Batman is the pit bull of the 1%. His actions have helped protect businesses as usual, white minorities, and while minorities shut that off. Joker's setting up a charity in Blackport. How droll! It's called Backport. And he's right about Batman though. I've made millions in real estate off of him. Real estate? Batman usually fights crime in poor neighborhoods, which the city then labels Bat Impact Zones, which drops the price of real estate even more. Those zones receive grants in order to rebuild. The trick is to buy right after a zone is declared, then flip it after the taxpayers foot the repair bills. You're profiting from Batman's war on crime? Everyone here is doing it, Bruce. Crime is the best bet in Gotham. Bruce! Bruce, what's gone into you? Pierce, are you okay? Okay. I kind of like this reveal. It's something Bruce would never think about. But what happened?
Yeah, not to mention that does Wayne Foundation even exist as something that he actually does try to fix what he breaks as Batman?
He does, but he doesn't realize it's also, we won't find that out until more so in Curse, but it has been also used in a negative way.
Yeah.
Blinding him
it reminds me, there's that Finnish cartoon cop show. There's this one episode called, it was basically a probation episode where they talked about where they had about how when they basically made a complete prohibition that all alcohol was deemed illegal and all the liquor stores went closed. That led to anarchy of people who couldn't relax on Fridays with the usual refreshments. And then there was this anarchy, someone who specialized in analyzing anarchy and telling about that. He summarized the situation like this. When the streets are flowing with blood, that is when you should buy apartments and they will be cheap to buy then.
Yep. And again, that's basically playing off of this. And I gotta say, and it also proves Joker's right in that regard, but Bruce is a case where Batman didn't know. But ignorance is not an excuse either, though.
Yeah, ignorance is not the same as innocence.
Exactly. But yeah, I used to hate all of you. And I know you've hated me. Whenever we spoke, it turned into a game of who almost got him. Referencing the anime series. That's how Batman's always beaten us. The depravity gesture has forgotten his jovial ways. To divide and conquer, so we spend more time fighting each other than fighting him. We didn't mean to. It was a big rock. We need to pool our criminal resources and consolidate our talents. We work alone. Batman, the GCPD, won't have a chance against us as a united fighting force. And let me guess, Gringo, you're going to be the leader? I'll never agree to that. And let me guess, Gringo, that's what to be Bane. I know you won't. I only brought you here to have a drink. Here you go, Puddin'. Is that Hatter's hat? And where's Clayface? He's here, more or less. You're all too proud to play nice together, so I knew I had to force you. A mountain summit, and a den of dark and deadly mazes. Huh? Ignore him. Some Lewis Carroll bullshit. He's just mad we stole his hat to control Clayface. I won't keep it. All I need is the mind-controlled headband inside. Is Clayface going to survive this? I have no idea. Whoosh! Although he might feel a little bit of pain when I turn him to dust. Remind me, Amy, why can't we use Hatter's card on everyone? We'd have to control a small army, and that's difficult for the device. And much easier to control Clayface. Think of him as a conduit to boost the signal. So in other words, they control Clayface, put a little bit of him inside all of the drinks, and then through him control everyone else.
Huh.
That's
not very heroic.
Nope, not very heroic, but for a master plan.
Yeah.
Is it working? Of course it is. Damage. Ray Fisher, oh boy.
Yeah.
No comment.
Yeah, no comment. Let's not comment.
Yep. He's a liar. Taking too many of those damn pills, damn drug addict, destroying the Joker legacy, and she's enabling him. You know, actually, I do think Hayden would be better for this one.
Yeah, that would work.
And she's enabling him. Anything for her desperate romance. She's just another person holding him back, thinking he won't break loose. But the Joker's more than just a man. He's a riot. Like, oh boy, just look at all that. Oh. Every villain in Gotham. I thought these guys all hated each other. Looks like they finally figured it out. What's that? That we don't stand a chance if they start working together. And then we separate them. Less populated area, away from the crowd. Round up the leaders and follow me. Narr! Always wanted to fly this thing. Oh wait, that's from Roxy.
Huh.
Are they following us? And just the Two-Face gang. And response teams are en route. ETA 6 minutes. And Batman is splitting off with a few of the leaders, heading to backboard. Stay with him. You're out of your mind. We are to stay here and offer air support. Our guys are completely overwhelmed. We can't win this without Batman. He needs our support. Sir, I agree with Bullock. Batman can take care of himself. I gave you an order. All right, we're heading to the new library. But Joker's library. It's a wide open space with no one around. It's our best option. But Bruce, Backport needs this. Yes. Joker's obviously behind this attack. And the library is part of his plan. I doubt he'd let Croc and Bane destroy it. Good thing you're never wrong. And after them. Wait, it's collapsing. Where'd they go? And where's Two-Face? Hey, Bruce, are you okay? Bruce, get away from me. Computer set auto drive. Medical protocol. Wayne Tech hidden entrance. Set state destination. Wayne Tech hidden entrance. What the hell are we doing? The fight's back there. And sir, the attack springs throughout the city. Hey Jim, remember when we used to be cops? What is happening to us? It worked. The police are busy with the Valestria, Marconi, and the Two-Face gangs. What about the others? Croc and Bane took down the library. Batman, buried in rubble. I'm sure he'll shake it off. And put everyone on standby. But keep the headband with you. We might need them again. You knew that this would work and work. Predicted almost every detail. That's amazing. I can't take credit. It's a gift from the Joker, whose genius was limited only by his insanity. If only he could see you now. Hopefully he can't. Hopefully he's gone for good. What's that? That people think Gotham City is special. But once you get past all the capes and super criminals, you find it's just another city running on simple, mundane, gouge your eyes out paperwork. Do you know why lawyers and accountants make paperwork so dull and confusing to hide secrets? And this is Gotham's biggest secret. This undermines everything. Oh. This is Michelle, and she's been in the hospital for the last year after the roof collapsed in her mom's apartment. It was one of a dozen roofs Batman drove across that evening while chasing Firefly, who ended up escaping. And there are 100 of Michelles in Gotham, hundreds of people injured by Batman, who pays their medical costs once the smoke clears, who pays to fix their houses or the roads, bridges, and playgrounds surrounding them. And let's not ignore the biggest cost.
Foundation,
Usually, yes. But the emotional damage to its victims. But unlike other public servants, Batman's unaccountable, and no one seems to be keeping track, except for the politicians, the 1% who needs to pay for it, who needs you to pay for it, the gatekeepers. Of course, they don't want to tell you about the Batman Devastation Fund, so they slipped it inside the Natural Disaster Relief Fund, money set aside for floods and hurricanes, and hide the evidence with a private firm, Mayor Hill's old firm. And here's your proof. Records I uncovered in the wreckage of yesterday's attack. What does it cost to pay for Batman to destroy our city? $3 billion each year on floods and hurricanes that never happen. $3 billion a year on Gotham's only disaster. Batman. The gatekeepers profit off Batman by channeling relief funds through their perpetual infrastructure racket. And they're making you pay for it with your taxes, your rooftops, and your children's safety. That's why Batman diverted the battle away from downtown, so he could protect the rich, and the rich and people in the financial district by sacrificing Backport and needlessly destroy the library we were building. I know many of you don't trust me, that no matter what I say, I'll always be the Joker. But I'm also your best bet in holding Batman accountable. No one knew Batman like the Joker. Let me help the city by giving the insight he's given me. Let's turn the Joker's ability into Gotham's advantage and stand up against the plague Batman has brought us. Alfred? Oh my God. Alfred. Oh, Alfred would so do that.
Oh.
I ran away once. And Bruce did his best to be there for me after my parents' murder. He was awful at it. Didn't know anything about raising teenagers. It was Alfred who tracked me down, gave me a hug, and promised to be my ally when Bruce acted out. I always wondered what would have happened if Alfred hadn't come after me. Jason Todd. Who's that? Jason was Robin before I was. Now, of course, I did see this was the flip up. Supposedly killed by the Joker, but they never found the body. So who's buried there? No one. Why didn't Bruce ever tell me? I mean, that's huge. Jason was like a son, closer to him than I ever was. You don't know that and that. Bruce loves you like a son too, then why was it Alfred who stopped me from running away? When I got older, I started reminding him more of Jason. Now all we do is fight. It's the only thing we have in common. What about fighting crime? You can't understand. You have a father. You're a lot more like Bruce more and more lately, and you know it. He's brutal, reckless, and absolutist. Exactly. Running after Croc and Bane while a building collapses, you didn't even bother to make sure the library was empty. Thank God no one was killed. We survived. He's going over the edge, Dick. I need your help on this. I'm not a part of this anymore. I only came here for Alfred. You might wear a different outfit, but you're still Robin. If there's a fight, you can count on me. But now I'm leaving. It's a fight between us and Bruce. Alfred was Bruce versus moral parents. And without him, there's nothing protecting Gotham from Batman. Except us. I like it when it's just us. Me too. Can we make this a weekly date night? Of course. Wrong neighborhood, Snowflake. Hello. Oh, lovely evening. Wallet's her and Wallet. Hers too. Hard and hard. Whoopee, whoopee, whoopee. And that's enough. Step back. Who we got? Derek, Jamal, and Crib. You ain't never heard of Jack Napier? Oh shit, didn't recognize him. Just a cell phone, man. This is your only warning. You've been armed and had drugs. It'd be different in conversation. You know the rules. Nice move. And Aikido and boxing. I used to teach a course at Arkham, sometimes to the guards. Against their will. Hey, how did you? And cameras picked you up as you walked into the neighborhood. Whole place is wired. Name's Duke. What do you think about this take on Duke being radically different?
Well, considering how much little has been used as of late, you could probably see maybe he could grow up to being this guy.
Yep. Oh, and Lieutenant Duke and Thomas, ex-Special Forces, you run the local youth group, consolidated some of the gangs. We were hoping to find you. Happy to serve. GCPD know you have that firearm? No cops in Backport, really. At least no good ones. Even if there were, they ain't taking it from me. You know a place where we can talk? The Y is a few blocks away. We've been operating out of there since Gotham City and cut the funding last year. Lead the way. You stay where I can see you. Backport might like you, but to me, you're still the Joker. When I left the Navy, I actually tried joining the GCPD in Backport. Hometown hero, cleaning up the street where I grew up, stuff like that. Booted me when I reported the corruption. Internal affairs took their side. You can imagine the rest. Then the GCD must have been filled. Then said boot him out. Thanks for getting our backs. And Gordon, I don't blame Gordon. He's a good soldier. Ha! I can see why you don't like him. After all, you were super criminals up till a month ago. It's more complicated when you're on the front line, whether it's here or Afghanistan. Gordon does the best he can with
phone.
Okay.
Mute.
Sorry, I looked away a second. All right. Gordon does the best he can with the lousy resources he's given. He's being played just like everyone else. Different is he knows it, and he's willing to fight the type of politics you and I will never understand. Like him or not, City needs guys like that. Maybe Gordon's allowing you to be here. Maybe that's why he hasn't come for your gun. It crossed my mind. This way, anyway. It's Napier. Yo, can I get a selfie? Wow, I've got a crew, about 50. 8 of them are ex-military. Another 100 on the street as recon. And how do you consolidate the gangs? Told them they could embarrass the GCPD by doing the job for them. And that works? Not always. I turn a blind eye to a lot of exchange in exchange for their cooperation. Every now and then there's a problem and we have to deal with it. Point is, Backport is safer because of us. Like Gordon, I'm doing the best I can with limited resources. What was it you wanted to talk about? What are your thoughts on Batman? Only one person Backport hates more than cops? And Batman. You still pissed about your library? I need your help. You expect me to help the Joker? Hear me out. 3 dozen were made, arrests were made after the financial district attack. We're following up on every lead. We want to catch the bad guy as much as anyone else, but we're going to need more time. Is this Jack Napier's doing? No more question. Tell me you have something. Working on it. The biggest super criminals in Gotham suddenly working together. What the hell would unite those egomaniacs? Napier's targeting the financial district so he can get access to classified documents. The Batman Devastation Fund. He knew he'd find evidence of corruption to use against us. Not corruption. It's just the reality of running a city like Gotham. You knew about it? I assume. $3 billion a year to clean up after you. Why didn't you tell me? Are you questioning my method? As a cop, no. But as a taxpayer, yes. I do what the police can't. That's always been our understanding. Look at them. It's been an entire week of this. A bunch of drooling zombies. And Hatter's mind control device. Has to be. We searched all of them and found no evidence of Hatter. And if he's controlling them, then he's doing it some other way. Where are you? Where are you? Hello? Yeah! Clay, you alive? Yeah, Joker, but who? Quinzel and Napier took the Joker till he gets back. Till he gets back, I'm the stand-in. A Neo Joker. Curiouser. Was Jack here? Yes. The cat without a grin took my hat and playing cards with plans to have a tea party, I assume. A tea party? Why, certainly, my dear, but it's a very large table in that rabbit hole. Too many unruly guests. English, you creepy leprechaun. Joker wanted my device to create an army, but it's too difficult to control that many minds. So we used it on Clayface, then fed him to every supervillain in Gotham. Impossible. Nothing's impossible. Is he even alive? Whoosh! Nasty, but I think he's alive. You can override Napier's signal with another device. Yes, as long as I'm closer to Clayface's brain than Joker is. You hear that? Curiouser and you're welcome to tag along, but enough with Alice in Wonderland. Holy burp! Holy burp! That's better. Uh-oh.
Cool.
Again, the writing on this is really just so good.
Yeah.
Again,
it's like I've said previously. The way how it starts is a kind of a bumpy ride, and a kind of you need to take a lot on the stride. But as it goes forward, then it starts to get a little better when you get used to the status quo.
You get used to it, and it asks interesting questions. I think it also starts the way it did, so you can know. Don't expect this to be like canon Batman. I think that's why they did it. To make it clear, like, don't go in assuming like the Wayne Foundation is around. When instead we have the Batman Devastation Fund, which Batman, of course, would look at it like makes sense.
Yeah.
But he didn't think
about as BVS, they actually mentioned that Wayne Foundation does exist, and they have a fund for most of the victims that are getting roped into the war, and on the Black Zero incident, so those victims had a fund.
But Batman is dumb enough to not realize, it shouldn't be from the taxpayer money. This one has gone on long enough. I want Napier arrested. For what? And protesting without a permit, threatening to incite a riot. Class B misdemeanors at best. He won his case in a court of law. He beat the system. I will not have a super criminal leading a revolution in Gotham. I need you to invent reasons to arrest him. Then that's what you're going to do. He told me to end corruption. Napier is right. The GCPD has bent the rules for too long. We've created order in Gotham. How dare you? The Batman Devastation Fund channeled through your old firm. Don't you see how bad that looks? I'm ordering you to arrest Napier. I won't do it. Not without a reason. Until then, we need to think about the bigger picture. Like how to win back the thousands of Gothamites who are embracing him. Hey, so again, Gordon is just realizing, like, okay, not what I expected. Didn't see this coming. How can I fix this?
No.
I do appreciate him for that. He's not going full on, like, screw Batman or anything, but at the same time, he's like, how do we get around this? Duke. Thank you, Backport. Y'all don't know, and y'all know that I don't like speaking in front of crowds, so I'll make this quick. When I first met Jack Napier, I didn't trust him. I thought this guy doesn't understand Backport. And we don't need a white savior speaking for us. Do we really want a super criminal living here? So I started asking around, went outside my door to see what the police thought of Jack Napier, seeing as how they're always telling us how bad he is. And you know what I discovered? There are no police in Backport. But you know who does come to Backport? Jack Napier. And he didn't come here for crime. He came here to build a library, then help me to upgrade the youth club, getting more kids off the street. Little by little, Napier earned my trust. It's true the police have a rap sheet on Jack, but they've also got a rap sheet on me, and they've got a rap sheet on some of you and your kids. God knows he don't look like it, but Jack Napier is one of us. That's why I'm voting Napier for councilman, because he's got their attention, and he's telling the gatekeepers of Gotham what neighborhood like in Backport have been saying for years, that we're the victim of their corrupted system. We are not a burden. They are. We love you, Duke. Yeah. I gotta say, so they're making Backport basically like Gotham suicide slums.
Yeah, or Narrows, or
yeah.
Well, the other parts where those parts of Gotham that are.
Yep. Thank you, Duke. I'm honored. What you've done for Backport has inspired me and Harley, and we're honored to help your cause. I've done a lot of bad things, but I can use that publicity to help these streets. It'll be one step closer to forgiveness. Leaving Arkham and getting a second chance, Harley and I didn't Harley and I didn't want to waste it. We didn't think we'd ever fit in. Everyone in Gotham was turning their backs on us. But when we found you, the people of Backport, who embraced us with open arms and gave us a home, you made us feel like we belong. Because Backport is where the shun get a second chance. This is about me becoming councilman or the influence it gives me over the GCPD. This is bigger. What's starting in Backport is the revolution of a movement. A revolution against the elite in order to take this city back. Their arrogance has enraged us. Their abuse has hardened us. And now their neglect has become our advantage. I stand with you to demand an end to the corruption, to force the elites out of power, and to make them answer for the vigilantism that has harmed this neighborhood. Who's with me? Yeah, who's with me? Yeah. Then let's take a stand and show the other boroughs how it's done. Stay away from Duke. Stay away from Duke. He's mine. Stand down. This isn't a fight. We need to let these people march. They're letting us march. Told you. I'll talk to Gordon. I'm coming. And good evening, Commissioner. Here to deny our rights of people protest. You ain't marching without proper permits, jerk off. I followed them last week. For some reason, we haven't heard back. I never got them. And even if I had, I don't help ex-cop turncoats. I don't serve a corrupt police force. Oh, look, stand back. I grew up in Backport, Duke. I know what you're feeling. We just don't want anyone getting hurt. You don't give a damn about us, Montoya. To us, you're just another pig. You don't speak to her like that. And what are you doing? Keeping this from escalating. Heck, you're making this worse. And Batman's right. I'm arresting Duke as well. But they have a right to march. Let him go. And Nightwing, help me. And put in and stop. Everyone back. Stand down, people. Back up. I don't want I don't want anyone hurt. I'll go of my own free will. What? But I'm councilman. You and I will have to learn to get along. Why not start now and avoid the bad press? Just remember that this was a peaceful protest and no Batman showed up. Get in the car, Commissioner. Let's talk. Just when you thought there would be another riot in Backport, Jack Napier swoops in and saves the day. No, Napier is playing identity politics, deliberately trying to awaken Backport's history of violence. I was born in Backport, Mark, and I resent that. The people are right to be upset with how the GCPD and Batman have been treating them. Napier is doing more for them than the politicians ever have. It doesn't bother you that he's trying to white knight a bunch of minorities? And Gotham won't listen to black people. So Duke is smart to enlist the palest, whitest guy he can find, and that's the Joker. No one is going to run against Napier. They're too afraid of him. No, they're too afraid of standing against Backport. Napier's waging a social media war against the elite, and the gatekeepers don't know how to respond. Napier won't win. This is insanity. He can't win. Police allow Backport to march. And so far, everyone is keeping the peace. Duke Thomas released a statement saying that the protest will continue to remain peaceful as long as the GCPD agree to work with Napier. I mean, Jesus, what is Batman supposed to do? Tweet back? I gotta say, this, again, is how you handle the politics. Yes, it's still being blunt, but at the same time, it's fitting in the story, and it's made clear Jack is not the good guy!
Yeah, not to mention it, when you're talking about politics, it's about the politics in the story itself, not about something happening outside of the story.
Even though it's using parallels from outside the story, he's incorporating it into the story.
Yeah, that's how it works. Use allegories. Don't use the actual thing you want to talk about. Create an allegory that reminds people about that.
Exactly. When I'm councilman, first thing I do is increase your coffee budget because this is disgusting. Cut the crap, Napier. I don't care and how many you scam. I know this is a long con. Gotham has a big problem, Commissioner, but it's not me. I'm just the messenger. Gotham's biggest problem are Batman and police corruption, right? Well, screw you. How else are we supposed to deal with super criminals? You're more responsible for his existence than I am. So you admit your role in it. Batman was supposed to be a temporary solution for Gotham, but now he's an addiction. And we each want the same thing, Jim, a solution. And you always have been a good cop, so I know you'll hear my plan. Arrest Batman? The hell with you. I want to redistribute the Batman Devastation Fund. You want to use the fund you've been attacking us over? It was a clever idea. I understand why you created it, but it was also easy to leverage against because you weren't using it properly. I want to give it to the police. You want to buy us off? I want to create a Gotham Terror Oppression Unit, the GTO. We use the money to build an elite task force that unites our best cops with our best vigilantes, a squad of super cops. It's the perfect compromise, mixing vigilantism with a group of Gotham's finest. We get Batman to work within the department rather than alongside it. You want to replace Batman's cowl with a badge? He'll never agree. He and his kids can keep their secret identities. All we're asking for is them to wear GPS, a body camera, and to play by the rules. We're only asking for accountability. He'll never agree. No, but Batgirl will. She's getting fed up with bats. Even tried to pull him off of me. She won't listen to the Joker. No, but she'll listen to you. And when she joins, so will Nightwing. And they'll be willing to give you something Batman never did. What's that? The secret to all those wonderful toys. If Batman really wanted to end crime, he should have shared his technologies rather than hidden it. We've never needed it. You don't think his advanced Kevlar would have saved a few of your officers over the years? You're up against super criminals, Commissioner, but you're armed with Barney Fife. As councilman, I want to give you the tools you need, which will save us. The GTO is a good idea, Jim. Look it over. You'll only wish you thought of it first. This is actually impressive. They let you out. They never arrested me. Gordon's on the fence. Still thinks I'm the Joker. Can you really blame him? He needs to get. That's my thing. Tara, if she's doing Harleen, because she's always been great with Harleen. Always.
Yeah, it might be that because that she hasn't used the Harleen voice very much. That her Harley voice kind of overshadows it.
And the only other times when she does Harleen is usually when it's more Harley mix, like in DC Super Girl Show.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then there was that one time in the Gotham by Gaslight where she was that old one Marlene, which was basically
Harley.
From the voice. He was telling it was some old hag Harley.
Yep, I remember. Hey, I gotta ask you something. Look at me, damn it. When did you turn into a good guy? What do you mean? I mean, you started out with a vendetta against Gotham and Batman, but somewhere along the way, you became the hero. That's because I have you here to keep me honest. I'm really proud of you, Puddin'. Really? Take me out tonight. But there's so much to be. Take her out, you clown, or someone else will. Take me out, Jack. Let me show you the kind of love you and I finally deserve. Oh, this is when she got pregnant with the twins for the next book, I'm sure.
Obviously, this is usually they usually have, if there was a sex scene in a part 1 movie, there's a high chance that in part 2 there will be a pregnancy.
Yep. that offer still on the table? What offer? This one. I don't know. Part of loving you is loving you is knowing you deserve better. I'm an abusive sociopath, barely holding it together. 2 bills away from turning into your nightmare. I won't let that happen. But marry me, Jack. I do. Oh, help! What's going on? What is it? Some kind of Joker. I'm not just the stand-in. No, I'm just the stand-in. Call me Neo Joker. Again, Hayden would definitely do great, given how she was as Harley in the Batman. And wait, no, never mind. But yeah, stop destroying everything. Go easy on me. I've only ever been a sidekick. No one ever invaded the GCPD. This is our chance to download their files. Who knows what secret they're keeping? Bullock, Montoya, we need to pull back. The building isn't stable. They're all leaving, along with Lady Joker. What? They scattered after stealing some hard drives. We're after them. I'll get you a new one. No, I'm done defending you. I need a new plan after this. Gotham will demand it. We'll adapt. We always, and I don't even know who you are, Batman. Trusting the safety of an entire city to a stranger wearing a cape? Jesus, do you even hear how crazy that sounds? And now there's another Joker. How many more super criminals can Gotham withstand? Napier's right. About what? If you really want to stop crime, you give me a fleet of Batmobiles and 1,000 utility vehicles so I could distribute them to the real heroes out there. The men are brave enough who are brave enough to show their faces. Napier's GTO plan. Soon, there might be a day when I'll have no choice but to work with that psycho. Oh, you can't. I'm running out of options. The GTO is a good plan. If you want to help, then join. If not, stay out of the way. But isn't this the part where you magically disappear? Let me save you the trouble. Interesting that Batman is being forced into a position here.
Yeah, it's like no, he didn't actually cause any of this. He's like he responded, but it wasn't good enough, and he's being now blamed for not being good enough.
Yep. Parts of a dozen injuries and at least 11 policemen have no control. The signal's being overridden. Why isn't this working? Stop and gotta stop her. Who? Isn't it obvious? It's the other Harley. It can't be. She figured you out, Jack. She hijacked our plan, and she's obviously intended to steal you back from me. Hey, why don't you let him decide for himself? Payton! Let him out. Who? The Joker. I know he's in there somewhere. And he's gone. Leave us alone. Bizarre, isn't it? You and I in love with two different men in the same scrawny body. Never loved you. No, but the Joker did. Now let him out. I killed him. That's a lie. I can see him behind those eyes. Held prisoner by those pills. Give me the pills, Jack. You want me to force me back into my psychosis so you can reclaim your false romance? Where are they? It wasn't real. Just a case of mistaken identity. I thought you were her. I'm sorry for what happened between us. I wish I could take it all back, but I'm not the man you're looking for. Not anymore. You're wrong. I just need to drown him out by doing what he never could, by taking control of Gotham. His massive ego won't allow him to surpass him. He's already took Gotham by becoming me. And the city is mine, and I'm not going to give her up. You won't have a choice, Jack, because the only way you'll defeat me is if you unleash him. Where are we? And where's Batman? We really only need to speak to you two. I'm all I'm asking for is for 10 minutes. No, 10 minutes to tell you how Gordon's going to help save Gotham. 10 minutes. The hell's with that? He's the damn Joker. 10 minutes. We'll do it for Gordon. Vigilantism isn't working, but Gordon's convinced me there's a lot to embrace. In a way, I have more respect for Batman than any of you, but he's refusing to see reality. He's not adapting. I don't want to fight you anymore. I want to help you. But how? $3 billion a year for the Batman Devastation Fund. Do you know what else $3 billion buys? It buys a fleet of Batmobiles and state-of-the-art crime-fighting equipment. This is the GTO, the Gotham Terrorist Oppression Unit, a super cop program that pairs you with the police. Better coordination, better planning, less collateral damage, all run by Commissioner Gordon. But keep your secret identities. Just agree to work with the GCPD. Now alongside it. Best part of all, you each get your own Batmobile. How'd it go? Destroying police headquarters? didn't shake him. If I got to draw him out, I got to think bigger. I wish he were here. He'd know what to do. Who? Joker. God, I miss him. How long were you together, child? He robbed the bank I worked at. I've always been a cutter, but it got worse when my boyfriend left. I remember slicing my wrist under the counter, trying to see how many customers it would take before I bled out. And all of a sudden, he was there, putting a gun to my head and threatening to kill me. Suddenly, I wanted to live. I would do anything to live, even if it meant helping him rob the bank. Halfway through, a funny thing happened. He started calling me Harley. I read the news, had some idea what she looked like. I could see the resemblance, so I started playing along with him, calling him Mr. J in hopes he wouldn't kill me. And it worked. Next thing I knew, I'm standing in his hideout, being handed a pair of Harley's old tights. Each day, I was ready for him to hurt me, grab me, force himself on me, the kind of things you expect criminals to do. The only thing he touched me was was to bandage my wounds. I wasn't a prisoner or anything. I was free to leave any time, but I never found a good reason to, or a reason to tell him I wasn't her. Joker saved my life. If he hadn't come into the bank that day, I wouldn't be alive. I know it's Stockholm Syndrome, and I know it's not healthy, but it's the only happiness I've ever had. And now it's all over. What was your name before all this started? Marion Drews. Maybe it's for the best, Marion. Maybe you're better off without him. Ding! We're in. And what kind of secret files are you looking for? Something that gives you an advantage over Napier. Get thinking. There's a lot of security. There's a lot of security around the record for Victor Freeze. What the hell? Good Lord, Freeze was a Nazi? Just how old is that guy? Looks like his father was an SS officer, but the records are incomplete. Something about a pardon, a lab, secret network of tunnels. Who are those people she's shaking hands with? One of the wealthiest family in Gotham, the Waynes. Again, interesting idea here.
Not the first time they've done it.
Yeah, but the Von Free stuff really expands it more.
Yeah, that expands it. But then again, it's yet another. Let's make the Waynes look like a bad people.
Except they weren't.
Yeah.
Let's make clear
but the cliffhanger is enough basically to insinuate or suggest it as an idea, even if it won't turn into it.
Right. Puddin'? Fine. That shouldn't be happening. How long? I'll see a doctor later. I am a doctor. Sometimes the pills upset my stomach. Not a big deal. Are you going to train me or not? You sure about this? Batman's getting desperate. I've taken the police, his family, Gotham City. I beat him in every way except one. A good old-fashioned fist fight. But he's Batman. The pills are also a steroid. Your training and careful planning and a little bit of luck, and I can pull it off. Just don't hit the face. Good. Again. Watch my waist. It'll tell you where I'm going to move. You gonna fight back or what? I don't want to hurt you. Not the face. You think Batman's gonna avoid your pretty face? I'm a councilman now, elected by the people of Backport. So how's it gonna be if I have a black eye? Quit your whining and put on your makeup. And don't tell me how you've forgotten. You're late. We were talking with Gordon. 2 massive assaults, one in the financial district, the other at GCPD headquarters. Both involve super criminals who never work together. But there's something more unusual. What? There's silence. Every square off against the Joker when he didn't have anything to say. Hey, or Riddler. Bane? Those egomaniacs love to talk, but everyone was silent. Except for Hatter and Neo Joker. I think they hijacked the others using Hatter's mind control cards. But I don't see any of Hatter's cards. Is that dirt? Clayface is the only super criminal we haven't seen. He has to be involved. Bruce, there's something else. The GTO. You want me to join? No chance in hell. Napier has changed. Nothing has changed. The Joker got out of Arkham and is trying to hurt Gotham with his latest scheme. We've seen it 100 times. Gotham is changing and is offering us a chance to change with it. Have you forgotten everything the Joker's done? Of course we haven't. But until he breaks any laws, there's nothing we can do about it. And your way isn't working. And the GTO is the perfect compromise. We rebuild trust with the GCPD while keeping an eye on Napier. Heck, you want Napier to win, don't you? because it proves me wrong, because it finally gives you a reason to believe you're better than me, and that I'm not only your villain, but Gotham City's. Guys, Napier beat you. He became the hero that Gotham really needed, and it's eating you up. That Gotham would rather embrace a reformed super criminal than you. I just realized Dick is more Jason in this.
Yeah, it's basically like if they
Divided
swap them at birth and give the other's name, so that the other one acts like the other one, and the other one has the other.
Even though Jason still acts like Jason when we see him.
Yeah.
And you're afraid that makes you worse than him. That maybe everything you've done is for nothing. That maybe you took the wrong lesson from your parents' death. Bruce, no! You both suck, you know that? Why is it always such a pissing contest? And why am I always stuck in the middle? But Bruce gave you everything, Dick. You don't get to talk to him like that. And Bruce, you need to think carefully about your next move, because Gotham's losing patience with you. Oh, look at that artwork.
This was something that Sean Gordon Murphy must have taken more time to draw.
Yep. I wondered when you come around to see me. Joker's it over his head, Harley. This is your one chance to help him. So you can put him back in jail? No thanks. I think he started all of this. That he's forcing Clayface to manipulate the super criminals. Joker destroyed his own library so he could scam the entire city and gain a political foothold in Backport. His name is Jack. If you could prove it, then you'd arrest him. But there was one oversight. One thing he didn't expect. The other Harley Quinn. And now she poses a bigger threat than he ever did. Why should I help you? You came to me before that night Joker went too far. Jason, it's happening again, Harley. It's out of control and people are going to get hurt. I can help. Sorry, Batman, not this time. Why? Because Jack's not the threat you think he is. Ever wonder why I went easy on you? Why I never treated you like the others? Why you never spent much time in Arkham? Because I wanted you with him. Because sometimes you kept him sane. That's why, and what connected us, Harley. Because as bad as he was, only you and I knew how bad he wanted to be. You bought me a dress once. That day I almost blew my own parole with the Vreeland incident. You stood by me. I still have the dress. Even when, of course, that she makes a joke later in the next book about this dress.
Oh.
But I'll laugh about it when we get to that one.
Okay.
That was the whole bit like, you even knew my cup size. I'm a detective. Sure. That whole bit. Even when I was losing Jack to his obsession with you, even after you put him in the hospital dozens of times, I never once got mad at you. Because deep down, I know you're a good guy. But being a good guy doesn't always mean you always know what's best for Gotham.
Yes,
Jack,
because road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Jack is not a villain anymore. And whatever his sins, he's put the city on the right track. I'm begging you to let it go before it's too late for you. Am I the only one who hasn't lost his mind? Can't you see that violent, psychotic maniac for who he really is? As he's changed Gotham City forever. But you can't see that because you're too obsessed with figuring out how it all went wrong. You and Jack want, which, again, I buy that. It feels like ever since he heard from that Pierce guy about the funds, he's lost it more. You and Jack want the same thing, but you won't get it unless you work together. I've never heard him yell like that. I must really be getting to him. Stop it. What? I meant everything I said. That maybe if you two weren't so stubborn, you'd realize how similar you've become. So you were a massive Lewis Carroll fan before you met that Alice girl, and before or after. Stop interrupting me. Ever think that maybe the only reason you loved her was because her name was Alice? No one's perfect. Sometimes we fall in love with the wrong people, don't we, Marion Drews? Yeah. I'm seeing a military-grade security system around the perimeter. Jesus, what's Wayne hiding in there? I gotta say, he's interesting when he drops the obsession. But, had her here.
Yeah, because he is smart enough to have created his own mind control stuff, so...
Yeah. And I prefer him talking like this, like at least when he's not in Hatter mode. I hate when he's in Hatter mode all the time.
Yeah, that was another thing that there was one incident when I had to write Mad Hatter, and when he was on the mode, and pretty much then that I just took some quotes that I found from DC Wiki and just put in the place, and they kind of retrofitted them into the fan fiction script. We'll get to it when we eventually cover that story, but I get the idea.
Yeah. Who cares? So what if Wayne has secret Nazi records? Patience, my dear. Information is the key to power. Every successful criminal knows that. So when there's an opportunity to learn secrets about a family as old and influential as the Waynes, it's worth pursuing. Fine, then let's knock this gate over. And that's your solution for everything. Storm the fortress and ask questions later. How about a little attack? I'm in charge, not you. The nerdy leprechaun needs to be nicer to the lady who's controlling every super criminal. You're doing very well for an amateur, but if you don't smarten up, then you lose the upper hand. Hacking into those computers will take a while, so unless you have a better way to proceed, then you best settle in for a long night. Actually, I do. Oh, Ivy! I admit, I'm impressed. There's potential in you yet, and for you yet, child. I'm still going to knock the gate over when I'm done. Now what? Patience, my dear. Like, we're looking for a secret room or something. Yes, someplace you'd hide a dangerous family secret. I think I found it. Uh-oh. How did you do that? A secret room that hasn't been open for a while. Must have been very stale. Old air, which and some plants can see and sense. Brilliant. But how did you know that? I didn't. Ivy did. I could see some of her thoughts. This is it. What? The files of the Freeze family and the SS. Oh my. Looks like the project involved hidden tunnels running throughout Gotham. Wow. Oh my. Look at these blueprints. What is that? And that's what we came for. And it's hiding in plain sight. Quiet. There's something else. Ivy's sensing something about this in place. Other rooms below the house. Uh-oh. Oh my lord! Oh my lord! You hooligans, get off my property! Of course, I love that. He goes from to cowardly Bruce.
Yeah, it's one of the when he's puts on the actually does the Bruce Wayne performance.
Yep, hooligans. That was like a bad impression of a rich guy. Of course. And quickly, he might have called the police. What did you take? There's a vehicle coming. Let's go. What happened? I don't know. They broke in and found a hidden room I've never seen before. Did they find the back gate? They went out the back. I got them on radar. Let's go. Nice robe. Yeah, you stay put, Mr. Rain. The GTO can take it from here. Okay, I don't buy that.
Yeah, no.
Wait. How?
Yeah,
How?
He clearly doesn't have. Unless you know how they with the bat suit, he has like almost the boots are going almost up to his hips.
Yeah,
all the way over there. Like maybe the bat suit is one of those like it has a shorts or something that it's short enough that you can still cover it with the robe.
But his chest.
Yeah, that's where it breaks. That's where the immersion breaks.
How? I mean, it's awesome, but how? Did he forget that he showed his chest?
Yeah.
What is it? The Batmobile? Yeah, a bunch of them. What? We've cleared a channel to Gotham Bridge. We'll make an arrest there. Understood? Check. Fire a homing beacon. This is the exit to Gotham Bridge. Someone pinch him from the left side. You got it, sister. Nice work. We have incoming. Everyone ready? This is for backport. Coming from behind. Nice work. Been coming from behind. Nice work, Batgirl. Glad we fireproof these things. Howdy Doody's just been canceled. You think it's working? Get the hell out of the way, Bat Freak. I've lost visual. Batman, stand down. The GTO is under control. The hell is he thinking? And get him to back off. Bruce, what are you doing? Protecting my family. They went over the side. Clear the bridge. I repeat, clear the... Batman's in the wreckage. He's got Neo Joker. The bridge is collapsing. We need to go. Why were you at Wayne's? Wayne. Hurry. It's going to... This is Jim Gordon. Put out an ATB. I want Batman arrested. In the eyes of the GCPD, he's no longer a vigilante. He's a super criminal. And even Jack is like, crap.
Yeah,
like, you know he doesn't want this.
Okay, that's like a little too overboard. It's like,
look what he did, though.
Yeah, that's true. It was still calling it.
But Batman went about the wrong way, too, though.
Yeah, this was an emotional response.
Yep. Start talking. The Waynes are a family with many secrets, aren't they, Bruce? Oh, he knew!
Mm-hmm.
Every now and then, Joker would cry in his sleep. Some nights it got really bad, so I'd wake him up, used to hold him in my lap, and run my fingers through his hair until he stopped. It was terrifying, but it was the only time he ever let me hold him. What did he talk about? About how no one could ever really take over Gotham. About it was his destiny to fail. But he was obsessed. If it's impossible, then why try? It was Gotham, and it was to him, Gotham was a warm, glowing light. And all he wanted to do was hold it to his chest for a moment, long enough for Batman to notice, and so he could give it back. And that's when the two of them were closest. That's how I know Joker's still alive. His methods are different, but his plan is the same. Eventually, he'll try to give it back. But this time, there won't be a warm, glowing light to give. This won't be a glowing light to give. Uh-oh! A giant freeze can again, referencing Batman and Robin.
Yeah, let's go with this. I don't remember an episode where that would have been a thing.
Not like that. Yikes!
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 2017.
Yep. Tell me who Batman is. No, tell me or I'll have you arrested for obstruction. That wasn't part of the deal. I don't like it either. But Batman's left me no choice. He's reckless, but Gotham Gate Bridge into the bay, allowing every super criminal to escape. I'm not doing my job if I don't put an end to this. And typo. Put an end to this, not and.
Put and end this. Yeah,
come on.
No.
Yep, come on, kids, spill. I'll help you bring him in, but not like that. Nightwing's right. He broke the law as Batman. He broke the law as Batman. He needs to be arrested as Batman. A symbolic end to an era. Then we remove his mask. Let the whole city see there's no doubt who Batman really is. Got him heading westbound on 3rd. I'll help you arrest him, but his mask stays on. That's non-negotiable. You can't be serious. After all he's done for you, Gordon's right. Batman brought this on himself. Team 2 about to receive the target. You should all be ashamed. We owe him another chance. He served Gotham for decades, and you're willing to simply ignore him and ignore all that for a seemingly reformed Joker? I'm leaving. You made the right decision, Nightwing. And I'm here for Gotham, not you. We need a plan. GTO cars are tough, but not like the Batmobile. That thing is a spaceship. Forget about it. Bullock's right. It's an armored supercomputer on 4 wheels, and then a simple EMP would neutralize it. But you knock out power for 6 blocks in every direction. Along with our GTO cars, batteries and coils will be fried. We need something as tough as the Batmobile, but something analog, something old school. Do we have anything like that? No, but I can steal one. The old Batmobile!
That's analog enough.
Yep.
If it's from the...
It's the Burton one.
Yeah, I think about... Would it be analog one if it's from 1989? But if it's from 1989, how old would Bruce be in that case?
Okay, I don't think we're supposed to take this as this was made in 89.
Well, they just raised some questions.
Yeah, you create a bottleneck and I'll chase them into some sort of trap. Sorry, kid, I'm driving. But I should have arrested Batman decades ago. If someone's going to bring him in, it ought to be me. He's speeding up. Don't let him turn left. Is Duke in position? And roger that. It's on autopilot. He's got us. Everyone get ready. engine's getting louder. Am I speeding up? You both just outran us. He's about 10 meters in front of you, headed towards the warehouse. Is Team 2 ready? Team 2, confirmed visual. Lights on in 3, 2, 1. Light them up! Ah! Gordon, we're about to go black. Blindfold's working. I should still be dilated. That's why he did it!
Huh.
You're close enough to end zone. EMP in 3. I'm in neutral. 2, 1. Engine off. I'm coasting. Now! Lights out. Lights out. Can someone get a visual? Team 2, come in. Negative on Team 2. All radios fried. Team 3, come in. Are they through the warehouse yet? Team 3 confirming. The bat's out of the warehouse. He's all over the road. And repeat, the bat is blind. Only a few seconds until he recovers. Where's Gordon? I have eyes on Batman. If anyone can hear me, I'm about to bump start my engine. Hope the lead lining worked. I hear an engine. Team 3, can you get a visual? I see flames. The plan worked. Where's Batman? Still out of control, but I think he's regaining vision. How close is Gordon? Close. He's got a mirror full of Gordon. Chief's gonna pit the Batmobile. Sorry, old friend, but someone's gotta get through to you. He'll always be the Joker. You know that? Maybe. But he's not my problem right now. Are you? And you are.
Oh.
You know, you're not easy to get over. The fanboy in me is still rooting for you. Part of me never wants this to end. Look at me. I'm unarmed. Wouldn't you rather beat me the old-fashioned way? One more romp for old time's sake? That's more like it. Oh! But the difference is Batman's in an emotional state.
And just crawled out of wreckage. It's
Yeah.
like a half or quarter health.
Exactly. I've thought about this moment for decades. Wonder what I'd do if I ever got to see you like this. All broken and vulnerable. Oh, God. What have I done? The plan was to capture Batman to keep him out of the way, not lock him up in Arkham. The best doctors in Gotham are here. Trust me, it's the safest place to secure him. It's only temporary while we hunt down Neo Joker. It just doesn't feel right. I know, but we'll figure this out. Batgirl's right. We owe him that much. Now we can finally see who this guy is. No! We agreed to keep it secret. Those were the terms. What the hell? Coming from the middle of Gotham Harbor. Your patience paid off, my dear. You're now the most dangerous villain in the history of Gotham City. When are you ready? And ready when you are. Do it. Whoosh! This ought to get his attention. Oh my God. What have I done? Oh, what did she mean by that? There's something written on the building in ice. What does that say? Send Joker. The day we unfroze the mice, you said something about freeze tech. Technology pioneered in the final days of the Third Reich. Is that giant cannon in the middle of Gotham Harbor yours? Some kind of secret Nazi ice gun you built beneath the old German embassy? I assume you're the lab assistant. The young woman helping Mr. Wayne in the lab that day. Ah, crap, I'm still wearing my costume. I just realized, because he's old and everything, he's filling in for Alfred now.
Yeah. Now.
Yeah, I'm already aware of who Mr. Wayne is. Your secrets are safe. How did you find out? He lost a lot of blood when he arrived, passed out before he could tend to his injuries. It was only one treatment bed. The butler insisted I transfer the freeze tech to Mr. Wayne. Alfred died to save Bruce without hesitation. His last request was to ask that I never reveal Bruce's true identity. A secret I'm happy to keep. Anything to protect the legacy of Thomas Wayne. Why would you help the Waynes? I first met Thomas Wayne when I was a boy, back during World War II. He worked with the Allies to create a secret program that utilized valuable Nazi assets, high-ranking prisoners like my father, Baron von Fried. Thomas convinced the War Department to let my father continue working on the freeze tech so it might aid Allies. They agreed to give him custody of the Freeze family on one condition. The entire project had to be kept off U.S. soil. So you built a weapon lab beneath the German embassy, because embassies do not count as American soil.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out also the timeline. Freeze is supposed to be 80 years old.
Yep.
He was a boy at the end of the war, which was somewhere in 1940. When the war was when? Was it 1945, 1944? One of those. Okay, 45 plus 8 takes. Okay, yeah, that should go to the 2020s or 2010s.
Yeah.
But Thomas Wayne was also already alive at the point. According to the picture, I was old enough to be that.
And old enough to be able to have some connections. But if we were to do it, I would say have Thomas be 20 at best.
Okay.
Because we can assume he had family ties to politics.
Yeah. Something to think about the timelines also when covering Siege at some point.
Yeah, so let's just be generous, say 1920, because that would still have him be in the military. That'd help out. They don't. But anyway, it was a medical lab. Thomas was only interested in the freeze text healing abilities, but my father insisted it was most effective as a weapon. The War Department agreed, and Thomas was removed from the project. They eventually renamed it Paperclip, where they continued exploiting Nazi assets for their next war. A Cold War, ironically. I hate my father. The War Department might have forgiven him for his Nazi past, but I couldn't. Nor could I forgive him for how he treated my fiancée, Nora Smithstein. And we left to find Thomas Wayne to help develop his cryogenic medicine. Thomas was a friend. He was like a father to me. He even paid for our wedding, but he was killed before he could attend.
So Freeze was in his 30s when he became Mr. Freeze. And he got married probably in his 20s, but he met Mr. Freeze. He met Thomas Wayne when he was about close to getting in a marrying age with Nora. That would be.
We got double check.
That moves it to maybe 60s or 70s.
Let me double check the Von Freeze book quickly. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me double check how they mention any dates. First of all, do they mention any dates? Okay, so Victor was a young boy even back then. Just to make that clear, and he was there for the birth of Bruce. Remember, he helped deliver Bruce. Yeah, that's what's revealed in this, that he helped deliver Bruce.
Okay.
So yeah.
Then was Mr. Freeze ever actually super villain, or was he just some?
I think we're just gonna go by what the animated series went with, which is that he only did a handful of stuff to help his wife.
Okay.
That's how I would look at it as.
Yeah.
Which I gotta say, I prefer this for Freeze. Much like Harley, this is one of my favorite takes on Freeze. This whole idea for him.
Yeah.
Anyway, you told this to Bruce? Yes. I told him the Waynes have always been a family of fighters who were willing to risk everything for what they thought was important. You have what you need now. Go. My wife is out of time, and I want to be alone. To make it clear, though, Nora ends up being fine, but eventually. So you're not going to help me? I told you. My father built the cannon. I know nothing about it, but please leave us in peace. Right. You're taking too many. What do you want me to do? Stop taking pills? Revert back to being the Joker and let him handle her? The pathetic hot topic shoplifter is in over her head. She's not pathetic, Jack. No more than I was. She's a person, a flesh and blood woman who loved you and wanted to give you everything. Don't underestimate her. Don't underestimate her like you did me. She's an oversight. I can handle her. Not only is she controlling an army of super criminals, but she knows the truth about you. How you used Clayface to stage that attack. You had a good run, Jack, but you're in over your head. Maybe it's time to hand this over to someone else. Someone with experience fighting dozens of super criminals. Batman? How can you seriously suggest that? I just spent a year proving that his methods don't work. So a whole year has been passing during this. That Gotham doesn't need Batman. then
Okay,
maybe
that would actually, because this came monthly or so,
Yeah.
or so, that you could actually understand that as the story came out, the
Time was
time
passing.
passed as it was going on. Going.
Yeah,
That's actually
exactly.
something that they should actually keep on with most of the releases. I think even when after 1 year later and somewhere before New 52, and even the early years of the New 52, there was a month time gap between issues.
True.
Most of the time.
Then maybe you need. Yep, sorry.
But then they started to do more cliffhangers, and that makes it so like a 6 issues long arc takes like 1 day.
Right. Then maybe you need to start admitting you were wrong. And thousands of Gothamites are frozen in the streets while the rest are stuck in their home, and both bridges are out, so there's no leaving Gotham. If we attack from the air, we'll be shot out of the sky, and a frozen harbor negates a waterborne assault. So what do? The White House just declared a state of emergency in Gotham, and they consider Neo Joker to be a national threat. They'll be here within a few hours. No, we don't need their help. This is Gotham City. We can handle this ourselves. There's no time. Neo Joker is demanding the sea Napier now. All we can do is stall her until the military gets here. Ow. We'll give her what she wants. Making it very clear, even though he popped the pill, it did nothing. It's losing.
He still had a brownish hair, and then it just turned green.
Yep, it's connected to himself, to the side. You can still tell around the point when this became a longer book. Like they increased it by 1 issue.
Yeah. Was it 6 or 8?
It was originally 7, and then eventually it went from 6 to 8. Yeah. But Jack, oh my God, no! He's gone. Put your guns down. I've got it under control. The hell was that? The medication's starting to lose effect. What? How long have you known? I'm sorry. I won't lose you, Jack. There's got to be a way. I tried to fight it, but it's only getting worse. How long can you hold it together? Long enough to get out there and stall Neo Joker. The hell was that? Think of it this way. By the end of the day, she'll be defeated either by me or the Joker. Suit up. Bruce, why are you letting them lock you up? You know how to break out of there. She begged me to let it go. Almost like she knew this would happen. Even said that he and I would need each other. Who? Harley. I know what's going on here. I figured it out. Great, then let's break you out. No, Joker will come for me. New Joker's too powerful. Soon I'll have no choice. Harley will make sure of it. I know you, Jack. I've known you for years, longer than you've even known yourself. I saw you buried inside the Joker, the same man who threatened to take him from me. So I indulged his darker side, became evil Harley, hoping to eventually eliminate you. But then she set you free. And I can't let you do this. Then let him out, because there's only one person who can stop me from destroying Gotham, and it's not you. Okay, you win. I'll bring you the Joker. Where are you going? And don't question me, you brat! You want me back? Then we do it my way! Okay. Jack? Am I talking to Jack? It should have worked. What? I turned the city upside down, exposed the corruption, won over the people, ended vigilantism. All I wanted was for them to see the truth, that Gotham's problems aren't special, and that we don't need a lawbreaker like Batman to sustain the city. But following the rules didn't work. Nothing has changed because Gotham is still being held hostage by a pack of criminals. What's worse, they're being led by a monster of my own creation. I have no choice but to give her what she wants. I need to give her the Joker. Who are you kidding, Jack? You did break the rules. You used every criminal to scare them into giving you power. You were never playing fair, and now is not the time to start. She can still be defeated. You need a new way to rig the game. How? By doing something the Joker would never do. By working with someone she would never expect you to work with. Batman, I need your help. Let me guess. Harley sent you. How did you? You're shocked, but you aren't seeing all the angles. Like I said, the fact that Batman realized that before even he did. You want to uncuff me, or should I do it myself? So you'll help me? I'll always help Gotham. I want a full confessional from you. about everything. How you attacked the financial district, how you destroyed your own library, how you're ultimately responsible for Neo Joker. I want you to explain how you exploited the legal system to gain your freedom, how you lied about Arkham and the police and all your escapes. And I want you to explain that regardless of the evidence, regardless of your appeal, you've always been a murderer. And in spite of everything that's happened in the last year, you'll always be the Joker. I am Jack Napier, not the Joker, and I made Gotham a better place. But you broke the law to do it. So do you. You might have been better than the Joker, but you're no better than me. I'll assume you'll want to drive. I'll give you a confession, but only if I take the entire rap. Harley goes free. She's more involved than you want to admit. Please, Batman, you know I owe her that. She's the best thing that ever happened to me. I agree. Your confession in exchange for Harley's freedom. Deal. But first, you tell me what happened to Robin. I want to remember what happened that night. I really do. But the Joker's keeping it from me, teasing me with it, holding over my head because it gives him power over me. I swear it's the truth. I don't know how to overcome him. You need to make him tell you. How? And close your eyes and concentrate. He tortured Jason because he wanted something. It's working. I remember. He was jealous of Jason. And jealous that he was closer to you. Jealous that Jason knew something he didn't. Your true identity. Yes, I remember. He wanted to know your true identity. And Harley had just left to find you. And the Joker put a knife to Robin's throat. He asked Jason what his last words were. And that's when Jason finally broke. I wish I had never met Bruce Wayne. Then Joker let him go. Jason's alive? But why didn't he come back to me? Because he was broken. Not only by the Joker that night, but by you. For making him into Robin in the first place. Why did Joker let him go? It was more fun to let him live so that the game could continue. You feel the trauma of Jason's death, and you'd suffer even more than when you learn the truth. That Jason Todd hated you so much that he made you think he was dead. I'm sorry. If Joker thinks I'm Wayne, why didn't he say anything? Maybe because it made him feel he had power over you. And do you believe him? He could be lying. Oh, I've known you were Bruce Wayne. I've known for months. I figured it out while investigating the Batman Devastation Fund. At first, I thought it was billed to the taxpayers, but I was wrong. It's 100% replenished by the companies owned by Bruce Wayne. So it is still the Wayne Foundation. Just a different name. I know everything, and there's a lot more to Wayne than I think you're aware of, Bruce. She survived. She did. Thank God. Yes, she did. Thank you for everything. So why aren't you in there with her? And what will I tell her when she wakes? When she steps outside and sees Gotham encased in ice? That no matter how many decades have passed, my father's evil nightmare still haunts us, denying us the warm future we deserve? She won't see it because you're going to help us fix it before she wakes. I already told the young woman with the red hair that I can't help. I left the island and joined Thomas before that weapon was built. A weapon that large takes a huge amount of resources to construct. How did they dig out the lab? How did they move the materials? Not to mention 100 workers coming and going without being seen. Tunnels. Thomas Wayne constructed tunnels to transport building supplies and medical equipment from all over Gotham. A vast network through the bedrock, with hidden access points all throughout the city. Thomas must have made a map of them. You, Joker, and Hatter stole the map. I know where they are. I used to sneak out and see Nora. Show us. Amazing. After decades of cleaning up mayhem in Gotham, Supergirl's tearing up city blocks and attacking our subways and battling in the sewers, no, not once did we ever find any of this. I'm not sure Gotham will ever give up all of her secrets. So what's the plan? Invasion. We hit every tunnel at once. 7 tunnels with 7 Batmobiles. That's convenient. Neo Joker will be ready for that. Forget the GTO cars. I have something better. It's time for an upgrade. He's giving them all the Batmobiles. Batman and I are working together. It's the last thing she'll expect. She thinks she can win, but she'll never be a Joker. Puddin', I need you coming back to me. Breathe. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm back. It's under control. He rides with me. Wait, he's pointing at him.
Yeah.
He rides with me. I'm sorry, that's just the idea of Batman. He rides with me. That's just funny, isn't it? Batman just...
Yeah, comedically serious.
Yep, you heard him. Everyone grab a Batmobile. What's that? It's from Alfred. He wrote it before he died. Found it up by my bed when I woke. What does it say? I'm too afraid to read it. They're his last words to me. I'm not ready to see them. Are you okay? I'll never be okay. And my hardest struggle has been trying not to let that affect you. One day when I leave you, a note like this, what would I say? Probably something that tries to protect you. Something you can draw upon in your darker moments. Something that will make up for my mistakes. Something about why I still fight as Batman. That it isn't about out of duty to avenge my parents. The reason I keep fighting is for you. Because I want to leave a safer Gotham that you can be proud of. So that one day you can take off the mask. A bit long to fit into a little note. Yeah, Arkham gave me a lot of time to think. But what was really important? It's time. Listen, about arresting you, don't be. You did the right thing. You're right. It's gone too far. But it won't be an issue much longer. After tonight, I'm taking off the mask and telling Gotham the truth about Batman. Your orders are to take control of the freeze cannon by whatever means necessary. No matter what, do not allow it to get damaged. And we'll need to save the thousands of citizens who are still frozen in the streets. Capturing Neo Joker is secondary. I know you all want a shot at her, but the city is counting on us to get that freeze cannon. Keep rail signs until we make contact. And remember, these tunnels have been submerged for decades. So try to avoid unnecessary damage to walls support beams, or anything that's holding the water back. Keep your aqua lungs closed. You'll need them in case of a breach, or if Neo Joker decides to blow up the entire underwater network. No matter what you hear over the radio, stay focused and keep a lead foot until you reach the island. This isn't just a battle for Gotham, and this isn't just about saving lives. This is about our future. Tonight, we bury the past. And do you really think this is going to work? I don't think we have a choice. The device is the only thing protecting Neo. So I'm betting and she'll distance herself from the action. Probably stationed on top of the cannon where she can see everything. You need to go after her. Why me? You can get inside her head. She doesn't want Napier. So install her by pretending to be Joker. There's only one problem. I won't be pretending! Again, this is still an epic, isn't it?
Joo. Not to mention there's the whole thing that actually the pointing it out now that the fact that also with how Jean Gordon Murphy is drawing it very well with Batman actually not having any the white lenses and actually has eyes.
And he's like,
not many people have. I think just Jean Gordon Murphy and maybe Gary Frank have probably done that.
Yeah. I always wondered what it was like in here. Very dark and gloomy. Very you. Could use an air freshener, though. Sandalwood. I want to speak to Napier. Sorry, with what we're up against, you're better off with me at the helm. Trust me. Trust you. Relax, Betsy. We're on the same side. Shared interest and all. You want to save Gotham? And I want to show that cosplay Jokerette how to swallow all of her teeth. So how about a 1 hour trip? Just think of me as one of your Robins. This is Batgirl. I made contact. This sucks. I can't see a thing. And how come I always get stuck with Rocket? Do not engage. We can't risk damage to the tunnels. These walls are the only thing separating us from Gotham Bay. Hey, don't slow down for anything. Just get the clown. I've got eyes on Ivy and Riddler. She's moving fast. And these two always creep me out. When they cuddle, I bet Crockett is the little spoon. I don't want to think about it. Ha! Bring it on, happy feet. I'm almost through the tunnel. Starting to see now. There's a Gordon. All units prepare to converge. Breaching island. 3, 2, 1. We're through. All units engage. Let them have it. And you got to keep them away from the cannon. If they take control, stop yelling at me. Got to concentrate. There's like a million things going on at once. And roar! And hold still, alligator. Got it. Daddy needs a new leather and new pair of leather. I just realized something. If it wasn't Duke, why wouldn't I be surprised if it ended up being Cash or someone if Duke didn't exist? That would have worked, right?
Yeah.
If Cash instead of Duke.
Wait, who instead of Duke?
I think Aaron Cash. I could have seen if Thomas didn't exist. I think Sean would have used Aaron Cash.
Yeah, maybe they actually started with Aaron Cash, but
Well,
Maybe-
we
maybe- no, but-
see both hands though, so it couldn't.
Yeah,
be.
maybe it started out, but then he decided to change it.
Yeah, or maybe it was always going to be Duke, for all we know, because Duke did exist by that point.
Yeah.
Bullock.
To Sean Gordon Murphy, if you ever watch this, comment down what it is.
Yeah, I'm curious. My gun, Bullock, on your six. Blam, 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 blam. Normally he's bulletproof. Normally Croc is bulletproof.
Huh.
Must be armor. Oh, never mind.
Or new ammunition.
Yep. Thanks, partner. Batgirl, this is Duke. Can you get the cannon? I can't see a thing. I thing. I'm on it. Thanks, Montoya. I can see the cannon. Time to deliver the package. That's a hell of a jump. There's a reason I gave her the tumbler. Ha! They actually call it the tumbler, though. Oh, dear. Shit! I made it. Repeat I. Ah! Nice driving, but you should have brought backup. I did. I'm sorry. I'm all out of ice puns. And Gordon, we have the cannon. Neo and Head are headed towards you. Can freeze reverse the effect. You good? The Cryon manifold seem consonant with my father's earlier design, indicating where the formula might conjoin. Huh? Yes, I'm good. You're losing control. The device is the only way out of this. And what if we shut off the device? Let all the super criminals fend for themselves. Release Clayface. Yoo-hoo! You wanted the Joker? You got him! And all the bruises that come with it! Like, what's happening? Like, you! Hey, Clay! So, how much do you remember? I was like, Joker! It's coming after you. No shit! World's greatest detective, huh? Take the car. Lead him out of here. There, you're trusting me with the Batmobile? I'm trusting Napier. Go, Joker! I'm going too. Harley, it's me. I've got to control the Joker again. Jack? Not sure for how long. Might be my last chance to say. Listen, you were right about me. Only you knew Joker's biggest secret. That buried inside of him was a good man. Someone Gotham City needed. Someone as important as Batman, which is all I've ever wanted. Thank you for giving me a chance to learn who I really am. But most importantly, for giving me a chance to fall in love with you all over again. Oh, Jack. I've lost control. I can't slow. Joker! Will never fit through the gap. But this will. Let him come with me. There's room for one more. But if you really loved him, you wanted him to live. She's right. Go, Jack. I love you. If one of us is going to live, it's going to be the one who deserves it. I love you, Puddin'. Now go get her. And, oh my God, Jack! Joker! Uh-oh! We have a breach. The explosion knocked out the support beams. Put on your breather, then get to higher ground. The can is starting to crumble. Nightwing's not breathing. Hang on, Dick. Where am I? Victor, it's Batgirl. The can is collapsing. You're out of time. Father, I hope you're watching. This is for Thomas Wayne. Fine. It's worked. I'm getting reports from all awesome. Rescue boats are inbound. All citizens in need of medical attention should report to Nora for treatment. And good work, everyone. What about Napier? Not breathing. Harley, where's Harley? He's dead. He's dead because of you. I tried to save him, and from you and those pills from turning into something he wasn't. He was always Jack Napier. No, he wasn't. You gotta face it, sister. When you first fell in love with him, he wasn't Jack. He was the Joker. You don't want to admit it because you feel ashamed that once upon a time you fell in love with an abusive, loveless serial killer. No, I loved him in spite of all that. That's the real reason you hate me. I'm the dirty little reminder of what you used to be. Ah! Harley, it's Duke. I don't know if you can hear me, but Jack's alive. All right. You should have let me drown. I would have died a hero. I'd never let that happen. You letting me die or you letting me be a hero? Pick one. Puddin'! I thought you went up in flames. I did. Batman saved me. A deal's a deal. Here's a copy of my confession, along with the keys to the Batmobile. I'm not going to lie. It got a little wrecked. Now take me back to Arkham before I permanently revert to being the Joker. Let me walk through that gate while I still have my dignity. This isn't the way to my cell. We built you a new cell, more comfortable than your old one. But my old cell, it's where I learned about the Joker. Call it a gift, a thank you from Gotham. Thanks, Commissioner. I only have one last request. Marry us before I run out of time. Someone get me a priest. To you, Harley Quinn, take Jack Napier to have and to hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health until death do you part. I do. I do. To you, Jack Napier, take Harley Quinn, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health until death do you part. I do! Dick, Barbara, thanks for waiting. I thought we could read this together. I know, it's okay. Dear Bruce, I know you waited as long as possible before reading this, because you're too frightened to let me go, and because you don't know how to say goodbye. No doubt my best made you feel more alone than ever, causing you to retreat into that dark place where you think no one can find you. And you probably tried to push everyone away, convinced that only in the isolation would give you the strength to return. But you were wrong. And that's always been hard for you to understand, that there's no strength in being alone. I'm happy you're finally reading this, because it means you now understand. It means Barbara and Richard are there with you, as I doubt you could have read this without them. It means you understand how their love is essential to moving forward. But most importantly, it means you're ready to say goodbye. Goodbye, my son, Alfred. P.S. Check the loose floorboard in my quarters. There's something there you're ready to see. My name is Jack Napier, and I'm here to confess all of my crimes. I knew the city would never give me access to the Batman Devastation Fund, so I did decide to use force. By combining the powers of Clayface and Hatter, I was able to create an army of super criminals and use them to attack the financial district, which gave me access to Mayor Hill's office. I knew I would be the first suspect in such an attack. I just tried to destroy my own library to convince I was innocent. I might have been right to expose the corruption, but I broke the law in order to do it. What's worse, I put many lives at risk. So he was lying the whole time. I knew it! What about all the good he did? He helped Batman save Gotham City from a threat he helped create. Well, I caught up with Duke, and he had this to say. Of course, Jack Napier wasn't being 100% honest. Most of us knew that, but he was the only one willing to come to Backport and talk about the issues Gotham tried to ignore. I saw an opportunity to help my community, so I took it. So you don't regret it? No. GCPD have acknowledged their mistakes and have hired some of us of these kids to help run the GTO. It sounds like Bat just to save face. Duke went on to say that he looks forward to working with Harley Quinn, who announced that she's donating everything she has in order to help build a new library in Backport. It's beautiful. Yeah, try not to knock this one over. Backport is starting to feel like a home to me, and it's all because of you. We're proud to have you among us. Harley Quinn, the toughest woman in Gotham, and don't you forget it. You think I might be the only person who can actually hear you sneaking up on someone? I know about the pills, Harley. You created them. You had the resources and the background of medicine. You helped him escape Gotham, and you followed him to the lab. You knew he'd find a way to ingest the medication, even if it meant provoking me to do it. And you were in there to get it all on tape, putting it online so you could start turning Gotham against me, planting seeds for Napier's reform. This whole time, everyone thought Jack was the White Knight. But it was you. You're good, Bats. Not even Jack figured that one out. Who do you think told me? Jack knew. Why didn't he say anything? Why did you do it, Harley? Because I know it wasn't just about your romance. Joker might have been responsible for terrorizing Gotham, but you weren't necessarily making it better. Someone needed to help break the stalemate before you two tore the city apart. I had to do something. Why you? Because no one knew you both like I did. Both two of the most enigmatic personalities in Gotham. Or should I say three? And if the city was going to forever condemn the Joker, they deserve to know Jack Napier. And I was betting that Jack had a lot to show us, a lot to show you. And I was right. Before Napier reverted, he said something about his old cell, about discovering the Joker in that cell. What did he mean? I don't know. Do you really think Napier's gone? Thanks again, Nora. Nora, we'll tell Victor we're all grateful for your help in the recovery effort. Anything you need, Commissioner. That serum saved a lot of lives. Nora's been telling me you've been helping Victor develop it for months. It's amazing you were able to revive her after so many years, like bringing someone back from the dead. If only there were 2 patients. We lost one. Someone close to you? My best friend. Jesus, I'm sorry. Is that what you came here to talk about? No, I'm here to give you these. Keep the Batmobiles. Give them to the GTO. You were right. I should have shared my technology long ago. It might have saved a lot of lives. Maybe it would have fallen into the wrong hands. Last year, when I almost killed the Joker, that's not the first time I snapped. It's just the first time you knew about it. Our war on crime has gone on for decades, and it's time I acknowledge the toll it's taken, the ugly truth about myself, and why I'm no longer suited to be Batman. I enjoy hurting criminals, Jim. I don't use a gun. I don't take lives. It doesn't always make me the good guy. Sometimes it's vindication to be as brutal as I want, and that made criminals like the Joker even worse. Sometimes I'm not sure why I wear the mask. Is it to scare them, or is it because I scare myself? No, Gotham still needs Batman. You might have gone off the rails a little, you and me both, but I'll never regret all the good we did. At some point, we fell asleep at the wheel, and that's how Napier beat us. Maybe he did us a favor. Now that we see the flaws, we can fix them. Give it time. Eventually, the city will learn to trust you again. No, I need to tell them who Batman is. It's the only way anyone will truly trust me. But most importantly, it's the only way you'll ever really trust me. So, this is still one of my favorite Batman stories. This whole universe.
Yeah.
For a reason, because it does something you can't do. Expand on Batman outside of the continuity, but it's with a creator who gets it for the most part.
Yeah, most part. Some bumps in the road, but and not to mention, the story needs to start out with some parts that move the characters instead of the characters move themselves, and then let them move on their own when the status quo has been established to be what it is.
Exactly. But still, I still give it a strong 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Yeah. Not to mention, it's pretty much better to be more interesting to follow when it's one creator enters continuity in going forward.
And I know also it's a deconstruction, reconstruction that Batman has needed. Can we agree to that? This is something that's been needed a long time to at least be described, to be written. Maybe not in continuity, but some kind of story.
They would never let this happen in continuity.
No, of course not. But it did tell us, though. This is a story that needed to be told. Even as though Batman enjoyed hurting them. It scares him. It's not, and I gotta say, there's a lot of the Arkham Batman in this. Or at least you could say it, that's how he was at the beginning. He was very much Arkham Batman. You know, all fits, nothing else.
Yeah, like the video game character being controlled by the player, but eventually, and you could say that, but maybe those episodes that he had could be like those moments when the player is overdoing it, mashing the buttons and making it overdoing it. And then when the player's control is all out and he has his autonomy back, it's just
but again, overall, this was just still so good, but it gets better as it goes forward.
Yes, although there is some prices that need to be paid for it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially some characters taken off the board, killed off and everything like that. So much of that, but as the story goes on, though, it does get better to a point where it becomes an interesting epic by the end. I mean, it's not over with, obviously, but still, though, there's a reason why people love this universe, and this was a great, fantastic start. Again, a bit rough, but I say, though, like I said, my favorite version of Harley and Freeze are in this book. If I had to boil it down, these are my favorite interpretations. Because Harley here is, one, really intelligent, more than we give her credit for.
Yeah, okay, that's actually so also something that it's actually easy to understand how Harley could properly get over the bad aspects of that Joker has, and mostly also reverting mostly back to Harleen that we see, but she still has the abilities and know-how that she used to have as Harley, but she's using them as Harleen.
Well, here's
that's actually a good way to move forward and leave Harley behind, live as Harleen, but still know how to defend and act like she did when she was Harley.
Exactly. For the most part, most of her Harley, like she was Harleen 80% of the time throughout this entire universe.
Ew.
But that 20% of Harley that's still in her is never going away. And it always haunts her. Always scares her. That she'll slip into it. Like how she was with Neo Joker. Right? She was ready to stab her. If she didn't hear that Jack was still alive, she was going to. And I think Neo Joker was right. Would you agree with that about what she claimed? That, now, again, to be fair, the Harley Quinn Presents book is going to throw some wrenches into it, but it also will clarify something. I can't wait till we get to that one. But until then, anything else you want to say on this?
Not sure about, but this is probably the longest also that we've done so far.
Well, no, we've gone a little longer.
How long was it?
I'll double check, but I'll double check our.
Well, videos. I think as an individual, this is the longest one because we have done recorded two ones back to back.
Well, that's true. I think Dark Detective was pretty lengthy.
Yeah.
But hold on, I'm double.
It depends on the book that you need to talk about.
That's true. Hold on.
Dark Knight Returns was the one where we actually broke the 2-hour runtime and.
Yep. Hold on,
it's books that go over this psychology and those other aspects that.
Not counting the live shows. Batman Hush. We've gone over Batman Hush's length. That was 214. A lot of
Well, that had to be cut, but no way it wasn't.
Yeah, but hold on. Yeah, it is. Nope. Dark Victory is is currently one of our longest. That was 235.
Okay.
Well,
that actually had a lot to talk about, especially when it came to the flaws it had and what it took away from other stories before it.
Exactly. And let me double check for as of our recording, the upcoming Dark Detective one. That one went really long too.
Yeah, longer than we expected it to go.
Yeah, that one is Nope. We passed that. So this is our second longest.
Oh, cool.
But who knows how long the other ones are going to take?
Yeah, especially when we need to maybe stop and talk about the aspects in that one.
Now here's one to know. I'm thinking when it comes to the Von Freeze and the Red Hood one, those are going to be individual lessons.
Yeah.
Even though they're important in between issues, we don't need them. We can then put them afterwards. Yeah. So next time when we get back, we'll be going over Curse of the White Knight, then Von Freeze, then the Harley Quinn, Beyond the White Knight, and then the Robin one, and then Generation Joker.
Yeah. By the way, when is this coming out?
This one should come out. Hold on. Hold on. I have. So
because I'm trying to aim for the Green Lantern video to come
29th.
out.
It'll be the 29th.
Okay. By the time this comes out, my Green Lantern video has come out, and we can then go back to that too.
Yeah, we'll definitely go back to Green Lantern. So we'll probably be juggling these around, obviously.
Yeah.
But until then, thank you so much, Pika. Thank you, everyone else. And we'll see you all in the next one. Take care.
And may your heart be guiding key.